And before we get started, I know the soup looks delicious. Mark Charles is doing a great job of ladling in one of the delicious soups, but we do want to offer a little message. Unfortunately, we have some sad news.
Yes, so I had the pleasure of meeting Maggie and Mary, the two best friends from 1975 that met in college and started this company in Minnesota-based 8 years ago. I found them at a trade show, brought them to QVC. I was the first person to sell this 8 years ago. It went really well. I'm personal friends with them. We are sad to report that Maggie actually passed away from a battle with ALS last week, and she's no longer with us. So our wishes go to Maggie and Mary and the whole family and the company. We love you guys, and we're going to miss you, Maggie, so much. Mwah.
So the soup story continues, though.
And we get to taste Maggie forever.
Maggie and Mary, like Mark Charles said, were friends that started this business because they wanted to make sure that people could enjoy the love and like slow cook feeling of soup every day and make it so quick and so easy.
With great ingredients.
It's so simple.
And in your pantry for 2 years.
Right.
No cans.
Love it.
You just add boiling water, your favorite protein, and you've got Maggie and Mary soups that were all inspired by their grandmother's recipes.
So we have 3 to choose from. The burger beef, we have the beer cheese, which is what you were ladling for us, and we have the mushroom beef. There's also a combo, so if it's easier for you to get a combo, then we encourage you to do that. That way you get to try all 3 of those flavor profiles. This is what they look like. They're literally in a bag, and they tell you exactly how to prepare them and what if you want to add to it.
So they were all created in Minnesota. They were again inspired by their grandmother's recipes. Right. They started it 35 years ago as a friendship. From college, the brainstorm came out, right? 8 years we've been bringing them to QVC. I found them 8 years ago at a Chicago houseware show. They're Midwestern gals. They're amazing, these ladies. And they created something about warmth, comfort, and love in a bag that is such a revelation because it would take hours to make these soups, right? But instead, 25 minutes of boiling water and add your favorite proteins. There's the 3 of them right there.
Here we go.
Do you want to go through them real quick?
Do it.
So I think you have the burger. Oh, no, that's the mushroom.
Mushroom?
Yes. So that is the mushroom. The mushroom beef one is got dill and cream and onion and garlic in it. We suggest you add maybe hamburger, turkey. We put hamburger meat in there, but you could put turkey in there. You could do leftover pot roast. It doesn't matter. So that's the mushroom beef.
Okay.
The middle one is a crowd pleaser. It is the Brew House beer cheese. It's made with cheddar, sharp cheddar cheese and spices. It's a creamy cheese with a zest of beer in it, just a little tang. And it's an actual recipe that was brought over from German immigrants. This whole concept of doing beer with cheddar cheese. And we suggest you can do sausage in there. We did ground beef again, but you could do sausage, you could do ground pork, anything that would be cooked protein to add to heartiness. It stands alone, but to add that protein is always a pleasure. 25 minutes, that's all you need.
Excuse me.
Oh, and last, and last is my favorite, which is the burger beef. So you've got that deep beef flavor, barley's in there, potatoes, carrots, and peas. You could put this over noodles, you could put ground beef, you could put steak in here, or nothing. Remember, the 3 of them stand alone. 25 minutes is all you need, and boiling water.
Look at that. It looks so rich and hearty.
Yeah, everything's there.
Here's the thing. Like, the secret to making these successful, and I've had them at home, of course, is to let them bloom. I'm a super.
You're a super. You
have to put them in the pot, and you have to let the soups bloom. So that means at least 20 minutes, if not 25. The longer that they simmer in the pot, the better they're going to be. But there's the part that you don't have to do is you don't have to make the mirepoix. You don't have to cut up the veggies, the celery, the carrots. All of that's been done for you. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again.
Oh, please.
Clearly, Mama needs some soup.
Or a glass of water.
For that too.
Again, having all of these ingredients, Maggie and Mary, I just need to emphasize this. They were 2 best friends from college. They went to college in Minnesota together in 1975. They're best friends till the end. They're just such an incredible bond. I love these ladies. They're so pure and foundation worthy because they wanted to take something from a generation old recipes and give them to us. They did them in a way where these pouches now can sit in your pantry for up to 2 years, and that's all. Everything's in there. All the ingredients are marked down. They do beautiful natural ingredients. It's done to a beautiful perfection. All you've got to do is boil water. Minimum, like Jane says, 25 minutes. But again, I want to emphasize what Jane said. The secret to Maggie and Mary's is if you let it sit for a little bit longer, 30 minutes, just 35, 40, it blooms it even more. Add whatever proteins, but you don't need to add the proteins because these stand alone by themselves. The protein is just to make it a little more heartier if you want to do a fuller meal. But if you just want that afternoon, listen, Jane and I are the same person when it comes to soups. I can have soups 365 days a
all year, and I do.
Seriously, right? So we love that. And I love the fact You can have all of these.
You wouldn't think a complicated flavor could develop from a soup that you get in a package,
No.
but
When you put great ingredients.
if you are used to only having soup that comes out of a can, then you are missing out
Correct.
on what could be a real game changer when it comes to soup. And they also make good bases. So
Yes.
if you have other things you want to add to it, and tomatoes from your garden,
Yep.
or fresh herbs from your garden, feel free. You can make it your own, but the base and the flavor that you're going to get from each one of these is outstanding.
They just thicken up. All these ingredients are done. Fresh creams are in here, fresh spices, and then
Couldn't be easier.
they dry them out. And what I love about the cheddar, the beer cheddar cheese, a little secret, you're gonna love this. They put it on the packaging for you. When you make this, a little tip is to add popcorn at the end. So think about it. You have beer,
fun.
beer
Beer
cheddar
cheese,
soup,
yeah,
and you
and
top it instead of
popcorn.
croutons. You put popcorn. Is that a fun little treat?
I love it.
That's Maggie and Mary's little secret little idea.
Well,
So-
and once again, the feeling of home cook, the comfort food
correct.
feeling that you get from soups that are made and slow simmered on the pot for hours
Yep.
is in this little packet.
Yep.
So all of that love that Maggie and Mary had for each other put into this little packet. And now in just about 25, 30 minutes, you can have that experience at home with little effort from you. If you've got some ground turkey, chicken, beef, add it to it. If you want to
I love your tip about the
even
rotisserie
fresh
chicken.
Rotisserie chicken.
You
or
always, Jane always
fresh
says, keep
mushroom.
one in your
Yeah.
fridge because you can pull it apart and add it.
You can add it to anything. So, I mean, make it simple for yourself.
Yeah.
Even the chicken that we had earlier from Perfect Gourmet, cut them up and
Correct.
put them inside. So here's the thing. You can get all in the mushroom beef, you can get them all in the beer cheese, or you can get 3 packs in the burger beef. Or you can get the combo, which I always highly recommend if
Try 'em
you're
all,
trying
right?
this for the first
Yeah.
time. Get that combo because then that gives you one of each one of the
True story. And you will,
packets.
Jane verifies that I will too. You will taste their love. Maggie and Mary put their whole heart into this. They wanted it to be simple. They wanted everybody to have that love for soup in their home at any time. And God bless Maggie for sticking it through all these years to make it. This company's going to last forever, and her legacy of this with Mary will be here for us forever because we're always going to have that taste and the flavor and the passion that they had behind getting the best ingredients, bringing it to your home and making it simple. This is soups we could not replicate at home because it would take hours. No prep, no shopping. They did all the work for us.
No
and
chopping.
You get no chopping.
No prep,
You get
no
all
shopping,
the
no
flavors.
chopping.
And 2-year shelf life. They're not going to last 2 years, but the idea is, if you ever lose electricity or there's a hurricane, God forbid, how great to have this in your pantry that all you need is boiling water and you can make a soup. So it's a great emergency item to have on hand as well.
Right. Well, once again, you're getting 3 packets. You can get them all in individual flavors, or you can get the variety, which I highly recommend. I love having a variety of different types of soups because there are certain soups I think that just go great with a grilled cheese. There are certain soups that go really good if you're having, a ham sandwich. And certain soups that are just going to be fabulous with just a nice piece of crusty bread. All of these will be those soups, and this way you can have a different soup every night.
And some of these, by the way, the mushroom one you could put over noodles.
Oh yeah.
If you had egg noodles putting on it, adding it to a casserole. I know you love the mushroom one.
I do.
I'm a big cheddar cheese
You like
fan.
the cheddar cheese, guys? Well, cheers to Maggie and Mary.
Maggie,
and,
we love you, and we will miss you.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
for
Maggie.
sure. And 135549 is the item number. Continue in the process of placing your order for that. Thanks, Mark Charles.
Thank you.